put a big hit on him, and he lets it fall out of his hands.
I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching that, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a do it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I vanished. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Bands that me, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new it in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heaven and then they know what I be on. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest. Boss.
Yeah.
DJ Drama.
Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been take it, the dash all wood. 10 payments, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Shot through the lot of the starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, couple in the truck and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner a nice guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been take it, the dash all wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably take the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics, boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down. AMG, no bust now. Amiri jeans, SB dunks with a Fiends T, no button down. Respectfully, that's for me, you don't round if you wanna. Round if you wanna. So lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Bossy.
I'm gonna go without the ad.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
when you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the start right out of them.
Throwing Jones. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Jones is going to back this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Got a man, Slayton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now Jones. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Hey, 47!
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 69 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously you're coming.
Gano out to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malik Hooker. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Down at the 25.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pollard going to try the right side. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face. some rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has. Percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
Now Prescott on 4th down. He's going to take another shot here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Jones on 3rd down. And that's complete to Shepard. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 21-14.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 3, second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and 7.
Prescott now. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touch. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Then his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott rolling to his right. And my goodness, another interception. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less
and they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Marr on for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line of...
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Dak Prescott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 41, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We have played 3 quarters. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Following the interception, here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. A big play here for Dallas. 59 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here. And now here's another interception. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up. not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on is not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe it'll slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
Congratulate the whole team, cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding. Tell them line it up, like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time efficient. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. A gain of 8 there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for Giants 1st down. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL, but just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott now from the 50. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. And just not a particularly confident throw there. That one, it had a lot of air under it.
And the fact that it was thrown out toward the sideline, the ball seemed to hang up there forever. That's one that you go to bed dreaming about as a defender because that's about as easy as they come.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Jones. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Dorrance Armstrong. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Prescott. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 on a Giants touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Prescott off play action. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he will have a Giants 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Jones now throwing on 1st down, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, he sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts. back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Play action now. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Jones throw on target to James. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And I think Gano missed it. He did. He missed it off to the right. No good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down, Elliott once more. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Prescott on first down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, They want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 78 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a first down. Off the play fake. Jones. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Rolling to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. Now Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Now Prescott. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Tries just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Jones looking around. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Jamie Gillinden, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Giants will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
It's a game of 35 yards. And the Giants first down.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, I can't.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest. Boss.
Yeah.
DJ Drama.
Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been tell you the dash all wood. 10 payments the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Shot through the lot of starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, couple in the truck, and they might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at nice guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been take it, a dash all wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably take the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics, buy site P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down. AMG, no bust now. Amiri jeans, SB dunks with a Fiends tee, no button down. Respectfully.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. Shoves him aside. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 31 yards. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
He was trying to dance in around the sideline, but fell just a couple of yards short. Still, he's got him in great position.
He certainly does. They did a nice job keeping him from getting into the end zone, but they're definitely back on their heels after that run.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Well, now how about this return?
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
What's going on, guys? Do better than this.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Second down at the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not sure.
And I think the ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens. Although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run left with Pollard. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 48 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Here's Pollard again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And this one too low.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing Jones. And they're able to to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To Barkley on the check down. And some room to work. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Richie James in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let it go again. And this one is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's Jones on third down. James has got it, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And he will find his man on the outside. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Another try for Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He's going to go up top again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Jones throw taken in by Slayton.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Jones on 1st down.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
He finds his man, complete. It's James. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And some room to maneuver. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger, 40 yards. And the Giants have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Gano for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news there. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "What was that all game?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go to Elliott again. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
10th carry now for Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Now the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah.